hope everyone's doing great. So yesterday we had a director call, and I just said, gosh, it feels like it should be like the last day of the month already, right? It feels like July is just dragged on and on and on to me. But we're almost there. And then we're going straight into August. I'm so excited. So if you went to SFR, I hope you have placed your order for your stuff that we get discounted. More things will be discounted next month as well, but I know we get extra discount.
That's through tomorrow night, right?
Yep. So okay. I was going to say, I hope you've been smart and done it, because I have not yet. I went on to do the order, and I was like, gosh, I really don't want to pay shipping. That's my downfall. I don't want to pay shipping. So then I was like, well, it looks like I've got to get $200 in orders. That way I don't have to pay shipping. That's how I work things. So I get everything free shipping. I always hustle for orders.
I did too. And the one thing, like sometimes the sales don't show up if you add it to an order, but it did this time. All the discounts did work.
See, and Sabrina did it the other day. Yeah, she's on here. And she couldn't get the sale. She didn't see the sale price. But then when I tried it, I saw the sales price. So I need to go order. Some really great things. Make sure, guys, if this is your first transition, actually, I don't even know when we're talking about that. I'm going to wait just a second. So we're going to talk about transition month. And what that means is in August and January every year, that's our transition from the old or the current catalog to the new catalog. I don't have a current catalog in front of me. So you will want to get all of your goodies. And what I want to do tonight is I don't want to be the one just doing all the talking. I would like for those of you that have been around for a while to share some of your top tips for transition month, whether it's stuff you need to get, whether it's how you are reaching out to people. This month we have really great hostess specials. Maybe it's the warmer of the month, by the way, which is really adorable this month. And also the 10% off sale. We can't forget that, right? Even though there are limited things that are not 10% off. Before I open it up for that, I want to just show you guys, when you're looking at testers, I don't have a full size. This is a mini tester. You'll see these are pretty deeply discounted right now. These are really small, and these are what I've used in like my party on the goes when I've mailed them out. Well, when we were in SFR, they explained to us that now they are going away from mini testers and full-size testers, and we're going to have this tester. So this tester is like in the middle of the mini and the full-size. It would be just a little bit, the full-size would be a little bit bigger. It's really great because it's still small enough you can pack it in things. Ours came in a bag like this, really easy to tote around, still just as heavy as the big ones. But when you're looking at those, make sure you're paying attention, because if you put mini tester, there is a full set for the fall. It's like this, and there's nothing wrong with these, except in the future, we're not going to have these. We're going to have these. Just FYI, let me give you that. So, I don't know. Let's open it up. If you have questions, will you go to the chat and type it in the chat? That way we can make sure we answer your questions. Transition month is and if you want to talk, put that little raised hand up, or I may just call on people, because that's what I do. But transition month is a really great time for you guys to get the fall going. So maybe you feel like the last 6 months, the last year or something, or maybe you're brand new, that your business has not been exactly where you want it. So every time I use a catalog change to reset my business every single time. So that's twice a year that I get resets on my business. So I can change things maybe I've been doing like with my team. Maybe it's mail outs. Maybe I want to start a different shout out. Maybe I want to start something different with my customers. If I start something, I try and let it last for at least that catalog, at least to try it out. And then if I want to make changes, do it then. So I'm saying that to tell you guys, if you had been around for a while, and maybe you've tried to do this or tried to do that, or you've tried to earn an incentive trip, or you've come close to it, don't be discouraged. Like, just keep pushing and set yourself up to do whatever it is you want. If you want to earn a trip, make the plan to earn it. The point structure should be out August 1st. And you can reach out to your upline, your director, to see if they can one-on-one work with you to make a plan. That's very important to me. I feel like the main thing that has helped me earn every incentive trip is always making sure I have a poster or something. And I had one over here, but then when I earned Mexico, I threw it away. But I usually have it right where I can see it that way. And I'm also a checklist person. So you'll see mine where I'll put boxes so I can check it off, or whatever it is that I need to get whatever points I need to get. And if I know that I've set my goal for, I don't know, let's say $1,000 in sales each month of the 6 months, if I see that $1,000 in front of my face every month, I'm going to focus on it, and I'm going to work harder to get it. So that's pretty key, but we're not really talking about incentive trip. Transition month. Who wants to talk about transition month first? So one of the things real fast we learned at leadership was silence. It's okay to ask a question and do this. Even though it's very out of my comfort zone. So Sabrina, what do you want to share with us about transition month?
Transition month. I guess the biggest thing is that don't go crazy spending money on buying all sorts of supplies for whatever you think you're going to need. I mean, obviously you need things to get you into the next catalog, but you don't need everything in the family store. You know, think about your current tester sets. You only need to get the transitions to get you full sets of those. And then you need a pack of catalogs, and you need some product sheets and whatever else that you currently have. Don't go crazy buying, you know, like I said, everything, you know, that you see. And they've got some really cute stuff. And I put some stuff in my cart, and I'm debating on whether or not to get it, but I really don't need it. But anyway, so be careful of that. That's the biggest thing with transition, is that I think you can go crazy spending money into the transition, but it's not necessary. And then the next big thing for me is be careful what you're sharing during the transition. You don't want to share that new catalog too early, because, like, for instance, in August that we've got coming up, it's 10% off. Focus on getting people to buy the current catalog at 10% off, and throw a couple teasers out there about the new catalog coming. But don't go posting the whole new catalog August 1st, because they can't buy it till September 1st. So what are you going to do for your August sales? Those are incentive points probably. So don't go shooting yourself in the foot by sharing that too early. Stay in the now.
And you can use that new catalog later on in the month as an incentive for future hosts in September. Because people that really love Scentsy, they want to get their hands on this. I mean, and this is a really pretty catalog. So, you know, I don't mail out catalogs myself this big very often. Really, if I do, it's to my really good customers. I normally use the product sheets. But if they're going to host a party for me, like, yeah, baby, you can get this. You know, I'm going to wait till at least the 20th to send it, 25th to send it or something. But
yeah, and in fact, I was going through my, because I post the national holiday thingies, the stupid ones. And in August, there is National Mail Order Catalog Day.
oh,
So
when is that?
it's like August 20 something. So I created a scheduled yeah, look at her right now.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah. So I created a scheduled post on that day. I made a cute little graphic with our catalog, and I made a post, you know, host a party, get your, you know, catalog, something, I don't even remember what I wrote, but it was something to that effect. But I'm doing it on National Mail Order Catalog Day, so that way, you know, it's just another excuse to, you know, get it in front of them.
Be careful with the pictures of the catalog, though, with Mickey on it.
No, I use the front of the catalog. I don't know.
It has Mickey on it, so we can't use, or put part of your graphic over Mickey or something.
Oh, no. Actually, what I did with my graphic is it's like a separate box on the side, so it's not anything over it.
Cover Mickey up, I guess, is the thing, like for everybody else too.
Yeah,
just make sure you know those compliance things, because I don't. I'll tell you why. Because my printer has been broken, and I need to print them off to read them all. So I'm printing them tonight. I got it fixed, kind of.
So you can't overlay any graphics over pictures or anything like that, so I was very careful not to overlay anything like that.
Awesome. Thanks, Sabrina. And guys, what you see is, like, when I tell you I take notes, like, we all learn from each other, no matter how long we've been doing this. So do it. Courtney. Go for it, Courtney.
Oh, you unmuted. Okay. Before you go buy anything, obviously, like, there's new stuff that if you went to SFR, like, take advantage of the discount. But if you can't do it now, then isn't that stuff on sale next month too from the Success Store?
Yes, but I just don't think it's I think we get 20% now.
Right.
Next month it's 10%.
Right. So double check what you have as far as materials. Like, if, like, make sure that you have like the current catalog, product sheets, and catalogs and brochures. See what you have on hand and try not to order any more of that stuff, but use that stuff to get rid of, so you're not sitting with a bunch of that come September 1st. So, like, I'm out of product sheets because I put them in all of my, like, when I do events and stuff, they go in all of them. But like, I have plenty of brochures and I have a handful of catalogs, so I'll make those last from my parties this month so that I'm not having to buy any more of those. And so they're ready to go. I'll be completely rid of them come September. So don't go in and buy old stuff either, I guess, is kind of the point too. Just, and here's my thing is, probably have catalogs in so many different places that I need to figure out where everything's at and see exactly how much of it I have, so that I know, like, when I do my parties, how much of it I need to try to bring home with me so that I'm good to go. Or, like, work with your teammates that are in your local areas. If one of you are short, like, combine your stuff so that you're not or borrow stuff so that you're not having to spend money on that either. So,
Courtney, can you talked about the catalogs and product sheets. What do you do? Like, you're almost out or whatever, but what do you do if you have, like, stacks of those product sheets left or those catalogs?
Hand them out like crazy.
In August, if you have them current. Yeah. Would you throw them in the trash?
No. Let somebody else throw them away.
Because, I mean, that's a lot of money. If you throw it in, if you leave it somewhere, give it to someone, who cares what they do? You did your job, right? But
Right.
If you just go throwing it in the trash, you're throwing away your family's money.
Like, if you go to the grocery store, leave a catalog in the candle aisle. If you go to, or where they have bath bombs, put a catalog. People are going to pick it up, or doctor's offices, or I leave brochures and product sheets rolled up. When I go to the bank, when I'm done with my bank transaction, I put it back in the little cylinder and just leave it there. So the next person that comes up, they have to pull that out in order to put their stuff in. Worst case, if not, you could always send it back up to the bankers, like the tellers. And then they can pull it out and then send it back down. But I always leave that stuff everywhere. I'm also known for leaving business cards. Like, I have some that have a discount on them. I put those in the credit card slots at gas stations. So people have to pull them out in order to use their card. So just some little things. I mean, obviously don't waste your business cards. But I had, like, an overabundance, and I'm trying to get rid of the ones that have the discount on them so that I can use the newer ones that I got. So I do that to try and get them. And if they have a discount, then people are more likely to buy something because they're getting that discount from you. So,
Courtney, you're a genius. Those are great ideas. Oh my goodness.
Well, and it's funny because on one of our, like, Facebook pages, somebody actually, like, made a comment about, like, how they found a credit card, and somebody commented, and this has been a while, but they commented, like, oh, I thought you were going to say you found a Cincy business card like I did at this gas station. I was like, oh, that's my card. So it works. People have to pull it out. So find a way to go. You need to find a way to have to talk to somebody. Go inside the bank. Go inside the gas station. Like, stop just doing things outside where you don't have that interaction, especially in August. Like, and I need to take my own advice. It's easier to give advice than to take your own. But put yourself in those situations where you have to have that communication with somebody. And just be like, hey, hey, I'm a Cincy consultant. Everything's 10% off this month. Here's a catalog to, if you have any, like, downtime while you're at work tonight or whatever. Like, especially, like, on the night shift, like the gas stations that are open 24 hours or whatever, they're bored in there. Like, give them a catalog to look at. So you never know, it might be your next team member. So that's my tidbit.
Awesome. Thanks, Courtney. Lots of great information. I hope you guys are taking notes. So, Amanda, head.
Hey.
Hey.
Hang on just a second. It's really Daniel who wants to talk. I know y'all are surprised.
I didn't know it was there.
He is here. He's hiding over here.
Hey.
Everybody's listening to you.
So I just wanted to point out, and this is basically going off of our last transition month. That was a wonderful month for our team in sales. In fact, I think it's one of our highest months ever that we had in sales. The 10% off really, really helps. So my encouragement to everybody would be to hold back on your new catalog, like Sabrina said, and push the heck out of your 10% off. So there's a lot of wonderful things coming in the new catalog, but take advantage of this month. And just go all out with your 10% off.
I would say also to take advantage of your upsell opportunities. So if somebody's buying 3 or 4 bars, go ahead and make it a 6-pack for their 10% off. Do a lot of upsells and maybe get a lot of parties booked too, because people love, especially when they all get together and you say in a group of people, hey, it's 10% off. Everyone gets all excited. It's fun. It's a good time.
And also, like with the bars that are all going away, like
discontinued bars,
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm writing down some numbers. I'm glad you mentioned that, Daniel, because I was meaning to look. Let me find y'all again. I wanted to, this will be for the numbers people. I know all of you guys are not into numbers and you don't care, but this is for those of you that care about numbers or it motivates you or whatever. In August of last year, as a group in Brave, we had 298 consultants. Right now we have around 500. And so last year at 298, our group sold 76,000 in August. Okay. That was very high for us last year. So if you've been around for a while, for a year, go look and see what your August was. Also go to January, because if you look, when I look at January of 2018, we then had 50 more people in our group and we sold 73,000. So hello, that right there tells you that August is a really big month. It was bigger than January, and January is always a good month, and we had more people. But August is really good too, because you have people that love fall scents, like love them, and they're going away and they want to stock up on all of those. And we also need to make ourselves more educated, and I cannot be the one to talk about it tonight because, again, I need to print all this off and still read about it, but about the bars for the scent club, right? Because even in August, some of those into September, if they add it to their scent club, they keep forever, right? I'm waiting for one of my people to nod. I'm saying, am I wrong? They said 2 weeks into September.
Yes, we get,
okay, thanks.
3 weeks. Summer.
Okay, sorry. I was like, so that's very important to let them know. Okay, but again, that'll have to be another call or live because I need to go educate myself a little bit more. Daniel, was it you again? Yeah, I'm looking for these hands. These hands are fun. Go ahead. Oh, wait, you're muted. Sorry. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay. So August is a great month to recruit for a couple of reasons. First of all, because we know what the incentive is now, but also because we have a new catalog coming up. So I will be recruiting like crazy this month. And I've got to be very careful with how I do it because I don't want people waiting on a new catalog as far as customers go, but people that I have kind of identified and targeted that I'd like to join my team, I will be maybe sharing why it would be a great thing for them to join this month versus waiting till next month. I talked a little bit about that with Larry and Marcy last night. It's just you can come in on a 10% off month. You can go ahead and have your kit and be rocking and rolling and ready to go for the fall catalog. So not only is the 10% off transition month great for sales, it's also really, really good for sponsoring and recruiting. That's all I got.
It's so good because I'm glad you brought that up because When I look back, especially in the last year on my recruiting, I would say August and February in the past year have been my, like, multiple people have joined my team, because it's also the beginning of the incentive period. And you get someone in right there in August, they're going to have that whole 6 months. You know, people that joined me in February, they've had the whole 6 months. Some have earned the trip to Mexico, you know, and not that we don't know the incentive stuff yet, but having that in your head that you want to focus in August, if you're wanting to grow a team or you are growing a team, to focus on growing, it gives your people that join you a really good jump start to earning the incentive, because they have all 6 months. You'll have people join you all throughout the year, all throughout the next 6 months, but that is really, really a great key. Thank you. Amanda Berry, was your hand up and I put it down, or no? She's like, girl, no. I pushed yours when I was trying to go to Daniel. I didn't know if I turned you down. All right. Anybody else have anything you want to add for transition month? I'm trying to think. Or put your hand up if you have questions. Okay, Casey, go for it. There you go.
There we go. Unmuted myself. Okay, so for the things that are on sale, product-wise, to touch back on that, even with doing events, even with having a customer base of 500, for those of you that are more new, I've never used more than 2 packs of catalogs in a whole catalog season. So if you want to go all out, don't buy more than 2 packs of catalogs, I wouldn't think, because I've never used that. The showcase brochures I used for a long time, but I have pretty much just been using the product sheet and folding it up like that. And I fold it to where my info is on the front, so that, like, this is honestly better than a business card. So if you're wanting to spend on business cards, these are super cheap and they've got everything on them. Another thing that actually Courtney had mentioned to me was the Mickey and Minnie postcards that are in Cincy Success. We can get them through Cincy Success. If you went to SFR, then you can get them at a discount right now. But even so, they're cheaper than what you can get them on the Vistaprint portal for. So I am going to send, I ordered 400 of those, and I'm going to send them out to everybody at the end of August, 1st of September, for people to be like on their radar for Christmas gifts and stuff. For the discontinued scent list, then you can go back through, take that discontinued scent list, go to your order history, and pull up scent by scent, and you can see who all has ordered it in the past, and then you can message them about stocking up before it's gone. Like, people are crazy about plum and white woods still. I'm selling a ton of that. I had somebody do the 10-bar special tonight and just wanted that one, and it's either going away this month or next month, I think. So that's a major one that I have to put on my radar for people.
I'm glad you said
that. Is that, okay, so historically they would send out the last chance, first glance transition sampler show kit, whatever we call it. And so I've always gotten that. And if you've got a team, like, I've just kind of taken it for the team. And I go ahead and have one big open house, and then invite them to invite their people, and then everybody can just come over.
Can you explain what that is for the new people that don't know what that is? Thanks.
Yeah. So you're offering the 10% off, and you're also giving them a preview of what's available with the new catalog. So there's the last chance and first glance. The again, like Sabrina said, like, I don't want to ever cut off my nose to spite my face. So I don't even show the new warmer of the month usually until the last day of the month or the first. So that's just me. So I'll usually do my open house the last week of the month, or that next to last weekend, something like that. And I do them on a Saturday or a Sunday. If you provide drinks, if that's your deal, then everybody's usually a lot happier. Just leave it at that. And then, so I'll do a few snacks, drinks. I have all of my stock out, and people can buy my stock. I do a warmer exchange where, like, this is all, I'm a very much go big or go home or don't come at all kind of person. So I do a warmer exchange where they can bring old warmers in and get credit towards a new one. And then somebody can even walk in and buy their old warmer for what I gave the credit for. So anyway, so that's an idea. The other thing, if y'all have more questions about that, but that's the general overview of the open house. I've been doing an add-on to my scent crates. So for August, I was going to do washer whiffs, but do like a full party's worth. So I'm using the 10% off on the small bundle of 3 washer whiffs. So I can do them for like $9 instead of $12 as the party. So I was going to offer the $9 washer whiff add-on for anybody that wanted that with scent crates to get them using the washer whiffs. So because the 3-pack is 10% off, then I can stretch it a lot further and make it even cheaper for them in August. I think that may be everything.
No, awesome. Thank you. So one of the things she talked about was the transition kit. The past few transitions they've offered as consultants. Last year, I think they did a warmer one and a scent one, right? Okay, so 2 different ones you can purchase as the consultant. And what she meant by taking it for the team is she has local team. She'll buy it and allow her team to come over and do an open house with her or go live with it all so people see it, all of that. One year when I got mine, I sat here in this room unboxing it all live on my customer page, and I literally had most of it sold before, right then, before the month even started. The other thing was when I knew which scents that were in the kit, I did share with my customers in my private page, look, this is a kit that I can get early. Are any of you interested in getting it early? Because those products, for me personally, I didn't make samples. I want to make my money back. So if I could get it, I get the PRV, and then I can do a live with myself and my kids, my family smelling it, and then take some cute pictures or whatever, and then turn around and I've already sold it. They're going to want more. You know, like one of them one year was hugging a mug. Was that this year or was it 2 years ago? I don't even know, or 1 year ago. Whenever that came out, like my people loved that. And when they got it like early, like they were already ordering again in September. So, but again, that's something you have to decide as a consultant with your spouse or whatever, if you want to invest in that. So Casey, there's a question for you if you want to look at it, and then you can cover it in just a second. She also talked about open house. And I think, I wrote that down, I think we're going to do a challenge in August for everyone to have an open house, because I'm telling you, it's a freaking challenge for me to do that. It's hard. But last time, Sabrina and I actually did it together. I actually offered my home to everyone, just like Casey. Come over, let's do it together. And Sabrina ended up being the one here. And it was a good time. I mean, we had a decent-ish turnout. But you know what happened was we were able to work. We were able to do whatever. We were able to chat business. And when you can do stuff together like that, especially if you have an upline around you who is offering that, not all do. So if yours doesn't, oops, I probably shouldn't have said all that. Sorry if you're a leader here and you don't want to do that. But, you know, if they do offer it to you and you want to take them up on it, do it, because it can be a great thing for you. The other thing I want to say about not sharing the new catalog too soon is that in 2 weeks, Scentsy will release the Harvest collection to us. You're going to get excited. You're going to love all these new warmers and whatever they've got up their sleeve for the Harvest collection. Your customers cannot order it until September 1st. So again, even though you get really excited, be very careful, be very mindful of your August paycheck. I don't know, maybe you're working to promote or whatever to earn points for an incentive trip. Be very mindful of this, because we see people all the time, anytime anything is released, even if we're not getting it for a month, they're posting it all over social. I'm just saying, like, you do what you want with your business, but that as a whole, I think the people that have been around for a while with Scent in Brave, that would be our best advice to you, is to hold back from that for a little bit. It's going to be exciting. Let's talk about it all over the team pages, but, you know, wait till those last few days of your month of August and start sharing it. And then what? And then all of a sudden you've got an order to put in on the 1st. Like, that's me today and tomorrow. I mean, I may be sharing some of the things that are coming out September 1st, but I've hit all my goals, right? for August. If you haven't yet, be careful doing that. That's what we're talking about. Casey, do you want to answer that?
Yeah. Okay, so with the trade-in warmers, then so Stephanie, if you bring me a nightlight or a regular size warmer, I just offered 2 prices. Right now, I don't remember what I did because I don't know. I don't remember what I did last time. It was like 5 and 15 or 10 and 15, something like that. Anyway, so it's just large or nightlight, and that's it. And then you can, like, if they happen to bring you one that the electricals broke on it, you can get that fixed and exchanged for a brand new warmer. So there's that. If it's cute, like I've seen where somebody brought like the Live Simply. And so they just used it for like a pen holder or whatever. But that would be one that you could exchange too if you get a broken one, or if it just needs a new dish. Well, dishes are easy. But even if, like, Stephanie, you brought a warmer in, and then Cassie comes in and says, oh, I've always wanted that warmer, but I couldn't get it anymore. Well, then I can turn around and sell it for the price that I just gave credit for.
You know, sorry, you were saying this. Sorry, total sidebar. She was talking about the trade-in, and the other day we went to dinner at someone's house. They've never bought Scentsy from me in the 2 years we've known them, but I saw they had a Scentsy warmer, and I put a bulb in it, and it won't work, so I'm trying to get them a new one, and I didn't do it today apparently. So anyways, well, oh my goodness, what was I going to say? Oh, you were saying about the warmer thing. At your open houses, it's also a good time for your local people to bring. A lot of people have these bars that are, well, this one's full, but half used, or, you know, they're tired of it or they don't like it. Do a scent swap. I did that one year. I feel like Lisa was with me. I'm not sure. I rented out the bowling alley room. Were you with me, Lisa? Okay. And there were like 3 consultants, and we went and we set up things, and we had a Scentsy party, and it was a group one. But my customers bought from me, their customers bought from them, and it was just a lot of fun. But at that location, we did like a scent bar exchange. It's really great to do at your open houses, because if people have scents they don't care for, they can bring it. They could put it in the bowl or whatever, and then if they bring 2, they leave with 2 more, whatever. You know, like they get to try something new. So that's always fun too. It made me think about it when you were talking about the warmer exchange. Were you finished with that, or did I interrupt you? Okay, because my brain, like, I was like, maybe you were even.
That's a good addition to that piece too. So I think that was it.
Yeah, it goes along with that really well. I love Casey's idea of that warmer exchange. And because I've even had people, they've asked me, hey, do you ever exchange these? I'm like, oh. I mean, I do now. Maybe I wouldn't have in my first few months because I would have had to eat that cost, right? But I will help them out now by using like a perpetual reward or something. Are there any questions or any more tips or advice? Go ahead, the heads. Gotcha. Oh, but I didn't unmute you, and now I can't find you. You have to unmute.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I know I get the transition kits if they're available, and like I allow my team to come over and do like live videos with them on an open house, because first of all it's super fun, and then they can come over and do their own lives. You know, not me doing it, but so that all their customers can see stuff too. And then after the open house, of course, if that's something that's needed, you can use that. I do that because they're sometimes expensive, and I sell all my warmers. So even if it's for like Casey was talking about, a warmer exchange or a lower cost or gifts throughout the year, things like that. But I always try to get it so that my team can use that stuff too. That's all.
Everything's better together, right? So if you can go and enjoy your team, a lot of people are really standoffish about it, but I'm telling you, you're going to find that your business grows a lot more the more you do things together. And if you have team around you and they're offering it, I highly suggest, like, you make the time. I highly encourage you, is what I'm trying to say, to make the time to do that. Maybe you don't have anyone near you. To me, perfect opportunity for you to get your first team member. And then you can do that, because really it's so much more fun when we can do things together. And even your lives with the new things. People really like seeing you have fun. They really do. If they see you and your friends smelling these scents together or what have it, they a lot of times want to be part of that, because there are many people, and you may be one of those, that part of the reason for Scentsy is the relationships, you know, and like that a lot of people like are lonely and then they join Scentsy. And even if a lot of us are just on social media, we're friends, you know, and we can chat and we can video, you know, whatever. But if you can get to a location together, it will be very awesome. All right, Amanda Berry, go for it.
So another idea, of course, I try to get both transition kits and I try to sell the warmers, but for the wax, for the new scents, I do with the Bring Back My Bar and the transition, make 8 sets, a cube set, and give that as a host gift. If you'll host a party this month, you get 1 cube of every one of those scents. And I get a lot of hosts that want that because they want to get a sample, you know, basically a good sample of every single one of those.
That is, I remember you telling me, sorry, I'm getting up to look for something. I remember you telling me about that. And that's a really good idea. Sorry, I'm getting a tester. I'm kind of crazy. I just need to remember why I was getting these and what I was going to tell y'all. Oh, man.
Okay.
I know, I have a problem. I don't even remember by the time. Okay, so these are just some of my big old testers, right? Like this. But what was I going to tell you? That stinks so bad. So now I don't even know what I was going to say. So never mind. Who's next? I just got up and did all that, and I don't even know what I was going to tell y'all. Maybe it'll come back to me. Something about the big testers. If you have maybe it was something like this. If you have a lot of them, like a lot of us, if you've been around for a little bit, and you want to get rid of them, don't go just throwing them away. You can use them for, you know, pull out the ones that maybe are coming back and use them, like Amanda's saying, as special gifts. You can put them, if you look on Pinterest, you can find cute ideas and make like little rolls with like 4 or 5 really cute little things if you're cute like that. And you can give it as like hostess gifts as well. You know, like utilize everything you have. Yeah, utilize everything you have. So does anyone that knows about what's going on in August, the hostess special exclusive, does anyone want to share about that?
Enlighten me and Cassie.
Oh, go ahead, Amanda. You can share about it.
No, I said enlighten me and you because we spent
Oh,
so
yeah,
much
because
time.
we were like, oh, you know what? Someone may be able to answer that question for us. Okay, so in August, I was just trying not to be the main talker here. What we have is a hostess exclusive, and it is those scent bars in the bag, the princess ones, right? And really great deal. So we should all be booking parties right now. The question we had real fast, Sabrina, was how much money how much does it cost? So it says 28 PRV, but what is the retail price of it? Anybody know? We're awesome.
So that's what I'm wondering. Are they using 28 of their credit? And if it's a half off, does that make it 14?
No, it's $32.50.
Where'd you find that?
Where did I find it?
Yeah.
Each bar is $6.50, and then times 5 is $32.50. Or how many bars are there?
If you're talking about the August hostess, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
How many bars are there?
it's $28.
It's $28.
And it comes with 4 bars in the bag.
Yeah, so $6.50 times 4. What is that? I did times 5. 6.5 times 4. 20. How's that possible? It's $26.
Plus the bag.
The fee, the licensing fee.
Right.
So we were thinking it was actually more than $28. Sorry if we're really confusing some of y'all right now. We were thinking it was more because of the licensing fee, because they say we get 28 PRV for it. Obviously, though, if you're using a half off or getting it free, you're not getting any PRV for it, you know?
Oh, yeah, and I did $6.50, which is the cost of each bar, times 4 is $26.
Yeah.
but it's a licensed product. That's probably what it is, Amanda. It's probably 28. I don't really understand it.
Okay. 6 times 4 bars, $6 times 4 bars would be 24. But they're $6.50 each.
So it'd be 26, right?
Right.
I think that it's 28 because of the bag and because it's an exclusive item.
So they're
So I
charging.
think that they're upcharging it. Yeah, I think it's upcharged for
There's
it.
the
and-
Disney tag on that pretty pink bag.
Yeah,
It's the Disney.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, y'all. We just had to figure that out for a second. But this bag you can do for your Hostess exclusives. Someone asked earlier, are we going to have the monthly? We have no idea. That would be really great. I know that people have asked for it in Cincy for many years. But even if we don't, like September, you've got Harvest Collection, you've got brand new catalog. Every single month we have something releasing in
Yeah,
Cincy.
because October it's going to be the Christmas catalog.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fall. I love it.
Yeah, it's like, I hope you guys are ready. Like, if you're working your business even a little bit, you're about to be blown away. I said in a live this morning, that I remember my first fall, and I remember getting phone calls as I'm driving to Texas because I was going home to visit, and people wanted to book parties, and I wasn't here, and I didn't even know them, or I had done a party and they came off or whatever, or they wanted to place orders, and I thought, this is the most amazing thing in the world. You know, people contacting me for orders. If you are working your business consistently, you will see that. If you are working it only when you feel like it, or if it's just a hobby, that's okay. But if you're here for a business and you're only working it when you feel like it, or when you're happy, or when things are great, you might struggle a little more, and just be prepared for that. But it's not anything you can't change. Okay, I see hands, but I saw Shannon come up. Are you still here, Shannon? I don't even see her anymore. Is she still here, Shannon Evans? Oh, she may have gone off. Okay, I don't see her. Christine. I didn't unmute you, though. Hold on. There you go.
I do have a question. You guys are talking about the transition kit. Is that available for everybody or just the ones that went to SFR? And what is in it? And how do you get it?
Okay, so the transition kit we were talking about, they haven't even released yet. They could just decide not even to do it. We were talking about in the past few years they have done it, and I don't know when do we find out about it on the 1st? I don't know. I can't remember. But when they release it, they'll tell you what's in it, and you'll see. So you can decide if you want to order. In the past, it's been you could buy both or just one or the other, whether it's warmers or bars. But all the other transition stuff, like your testers and catalogs, those are available for you. Those are available for everyone.
Okay.
Another thing. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say the bar set is kind of like the Bring Back My Bar set. So it's, wasn't it like 20 of them, 20 or 25? And then the warmers, there were like 4 or 5 warmers. So, I mean, it's an investment. It's sellable stuff. It's hot item stuff. But it ends up being about 300 or something like that. 2 to 3, something like that.
And if you are into saving money and you have maybe some extra time, I have found that the mini testers, you can get 4 felt wax samples out of each mini tester. So if you were to purchase the transition kit of mini testers, you could always melt those down and get samples that way. And it's a lot cheaper.
And that transition mini tester one is actually even more discounted. 40%, I believe, right now.
Yeah, it's like $9, something like that.
It's pretty cheap for sure.
Yeah, but it does take time to do it that way.
And one more thing about the transition kit, if they release it, if you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is so much money, I encourage you to get on your customer page. I don't even know. I'm looking at the director. They may say, don't say that. But like I said, I share it to see if anyone wants to buy it local to me early, because then they're paying me for it. And actually, they're just buying the kit for me. They're buying the kit that I can take pictures of, I can do a live with, I can do an open house with, because I'm going to get that open house done ASAP from when I get my stuff, and then I can go deliver to them. But, I mean, I would not do that on your public Facebook. I also would not do it to people you have to ship to, because then you're losing money. Ask your local people, because if they can turn around and they're buying it for you, heck yeah, you know, that's great. Does that help? Okay. Shannon Evans, you're back. I just texted you, like, where'd you go? I tried to unmute you.
I was here. I'm like dialed in because my internet connection's terrible. So I dialed in, and I guess I had gone to Workstation really quick to read the FAQ on the Disney Princess Hostess thing or whatnot.
I love this too.
So there's a limit of 4.
Yeah.
They can't just be purchased outright. Like Joe said, they can only be gotten used your perpetual party reward and your hostess credit is what it said. Now, I thought originally it said not either one of those, but I swear, maybe it just said half price and not the...
Able to use those for hostess.
Okay, it says, here's how anyone can get in on the action. Host a qualifying party in August. Use their host rewards or perpetual party rewards to purchase the collection, a $28 value while supplies last. Maximum of 4 collections per party.
That's interesting, because I thought I had read no perpetual reward.
Yeah, you can.
Well, somebody had said that on the page the other day, but that's not what the news tab said. So I was confused too. I'm sorry, Sabrina.
No, the way I understood it is this one time only in August for this, the perpetual couldn't be used, but no, going forward, Disney can't be used for that. I could be wrong though.
Disney can't be used for any hostess rewards going forward.
Right.
Any. Yeah.
So, total side note on that, Megan, I see you. I'm going to get to you in just a second. A side note on, I know, I don't want you to think I was ignoring you. I was going in the order. Just as you go through the release of Disney, and you have customers that want to host a party because they want that Minnie Mouse scent buddy. That's $40. And they realize, I can't get it, right? Guys, play with it. If they got no warmer, they're getting half off. And it's the same price, just do it. Like, they don't know what you do on your end. You can't, if you have people local to them that are doing it, you can play with that and put things in. That may really confuse you, and if it does, we can talk one-on-one. But don't just automatically say, no, you can't do it. Like, because that may turn people away from you. You can find ways to do it without doing it. What, Sabrina?
I was going to say, yeah, I would never tell a hostess that she can't get something at half off or hostess credit or whatever, because I'm going to play with it. If, like you said, you know, if a customer's buying a $40 warmer and she wants the Minnie Mouse, then the $40 warmer is going into the hostess credit and her Minnie Mouse is going on that customer's warmer, you know, essentially swapping out. And yeah, I never tell a hostess that.
It's easy to say that when we know the rules, but if you know how to play with it, and you'll learn. Okay, Megan, what's up?
Okay, I had 2 questions now. Am I unmuted?
Yep.
Okay, I had 2 questions now. So the first one is, you can only buy the Disney with the bag as a hostess. So after August, you cannot purchase that with the bag.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And you won't be able to use hostess credit. You'll have to pay for it outright.
Okay. Secondly, my mother wanted to get Tigger, which is on its way to her little happy behind. Is she able to buy another one of those 100-acre scent packs after that runs out? Or, because I didn't see it in the new catalog.
It is in the new catalog.
Okay. I don't know why she needs a Tigger, but.
Yes, but it won't be available till like September.
It's on the same page as the sidekicks, the Disney sidekicks, like the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore. Yeah, it's up at that top corner.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's $7.50. So yeah, it's up there. Good questions. Awesome.
On the cheat sheet, the Disney stuff's down at the bottom in the back of the catalog.
And if you're newer, that cheat sheet is pretty amazing. In my first few parties, like, I messed up, like putting pack, like a 3-pack instead of 3 bars pack before I knew what I was doing. And I ordered them like 3 bars to get a 3-bar pack. but they wanted the scent packs. And then I had to come out myself and fix that, obviously, because I messed up. And then I was so new at that time, I didn't know what to do. But that thing became my saving grace early on. I also wanted to say real fast, we talked about the catalogs, and I think Casey said she never buys more than 2. When I placed my order, I literally bought 1. But if you're Sabrina and you do 1 million home parties, you probably buy how many?
Well, I'm starting with 3 packs, but I usually go through 5, maybe 5 packs in a season.
So really, go ahead.
Do you take your catalogs back and give them product sheets to leave with, or do you give them catalogs to leave with?
Prettier, so at a home party, I'll let them take the catalogs.
So you have to just figure out how you're doing it, and then the product list, I've seen people actually take those and laminate them, like the staples, get the long thing laminated, even with home parties. And then at home parties, they can use their wipe-off marker to circle stuff they want or dot the scents they want, and then you're able to reuse them. So it really is just whatever you use. If you're new and you're just not sure, and this is your first transition, I would encourage you to buy one of each. One catalog, 1 product sheets, and 1 showcase brochure, because then you'll be able to see. The product lists are really great to be able to mail.
And not that I do it right, Sabrina is much more successful at home parties than I am. But what I had seen and what I started doing was using the product sheets as a wish list. So I would give them a clipboard and give them an order form. They order whatever they want, but then they can use it as a wish list to circle on and then put it on their fridge, ideally. So that's the thought behind that, if you're going the cheaper route intentionally.
You got to see what works for you, right? Go ahead, Shannon.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to point out for people who might not have noticed before or been here when like a licensed product was brought in, but I don't really think that they're marking these up really. Like when they first told us about Disney, I was thinking the price is going to be sky high, right? But the bars are only 50 cents more a bar. The scent pack, same thing. And really the buddies right now, that Tigger and Winnie the Pooh being, they're 35? Mm-hmm. And how many regular just buddies have we had that were $35 buddies? So I think that and that's something I'll be pointing out to my customers. Like we have regular Scentsy buddies that have sold for the same price before. So it's still a really good deal. And you're still getting the free scent pack that comes with it. So it's a very good value. So
I remember when they came out and they announced Disney, I don't know who I was sitting by, but I remember us saying, oh my goodness, I wonder how much they're going to mark it up. And then once we saw the catalog, we were like that. We were like Shannon, like, wow, they didn't really mark it up that much, which is really great. So, because Disney, I think it's going to sell, so.
Yeah. Especially not being marked up so high. That will be a huge selling point also.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh, I did want to touch on, I don't think we talked about back to sponsoring in August. August is also another great month to sponsor because it's the transition, it's the double kit kind of. What do we call it? Oh my gosh. Whatever. No, anybody? Double kit. Okay, I think that's what I call it too. So you're going to get the current stuff right now, and then they're also going to get the fall and winter catalogs and scents. So they get a lot of extra things, and a lot of times people are like, but why would I need the old ones? Like, say this is a set that is current right now, because it is. And I've had people say, but why would I need those when they're going away? But because if you plan on being with us long term, when we come back and do our transition again in February, I think I said January last time, it's in February, then you can actually go through there. When you've been around for a year, a little more, you can go through and pull out what you already have and then just buy individually what you need. So it's really just up to you. But it's a really great opportunity for them to get a good kit in August as well. But lots of great things coming in August. It's really, really exciting.
And like Courtney said too, you can use your old stuff all your old brochures and everything to leave at gas pumps and wherever and get your name all over town. Drive with the window down and just let them go.
I have quite a few catalogs left. So what I've been doing, every party that I've been, all the orders I've been packaging up, their catalog, I'm putting 10% off in August. I'm throwing it in the bag because they're going to keep it around their house, or, you know, some of them are going to contact me, but at least I'm getting it into their hands and out of mine, you know.
And the majority of the catalog stays.
Yeah.
There's always one more thing.
No, I like it because I'm like, you're going to sit there and you're going to be quiet. Someone's going to talk, and you've done it twice. It's worked. Oh, it's so weird. I know. Y'all think I'm weird. Sorry. So, I don't know. Anything else about August? Any more questions? Y'all don't really have a lot of questions, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else. Did we cover it all? I just want to really encourage you guys that if you think, I might want to go on a trip. I know y'all hear me talk about trips a lot, but because the first trip we took in 2015, I posted this on Brave the other day, it changed the way I saw my business, the way I worked my business, and it also changed the way my husband saw my business. So for like the first year, it's like, gosh, Cassie, you're always on Facebook, and so much so that I actually put him restricted on my Facebook so you can only see if I put things public, because I didn't want to hear that, because I knew what I was doing was good, and I knew what I was doing was going to bring something to our family that we needed. But he in the beginning couldn't see it. So I've talked to a lot of people recently who they really wish their spouse was more engaged or supported them more. I'm telling you, if you take them on a free trip that somebody else is totally paying for, I mean, they fly you there, they put you in a super nice room, and they feed you, they take you on excursions, they give you free gifts, everything. Earn a trip, and it will change the dynamic of everything, your business, for yourself and for your spouse. And also, when this comes out in 2 days and they lay it out there and they tell you what you have to do, I said this the other day too, so if I repeat myself to you, I'm sorry. You're going to look at it and you may think, oh my gosh, there's no way I can do this, because we all do it too. We all doubt ourselves, even if we've earned multiple ones.
Every single time.
Every time. I literally will write my plan down on paper, and then I have to, probably for about 2 days, I don't look at it. And I'm like, I just can't do it. And then I'm like, no, you are doing it. Because for me, I'm going to prove to myself, I mean, honestly, I've kind of gotten where I just really like taking these free vacations, right? But it's just really the way it's set up is everything in the point structure is everything you should be doing in your business. Casey posted it in a comment on Brave today where someone, I think it was Amanda, saying she's so ready. She's trying to make a plan, but it's Amanda Berry. She's like, but it's so hard because we don't know yet. And Casey made such a good point that if you're focused on recruiting 2 people a month and $2,000 in PRV, you're going to get it. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, that is so much. It is a lot. But it pays off. I've talked to several people today that are really concerned because they have downline. I was on a call with some other leaders, and they have downline who are, their PRV is just like amazing, and they just can't believe they're doing it. And I said, well, I'm confused. I was like, do you know that like at least 10% of my team every month hits 2,000 to 3,000? Like, it's just what people do. But if it's a lot of times it seems like it's hard, and it is, but that's why you book parties. That's why you follow up. That's why you have a customer group. That's why you go to town. That's why you do whip boxes. That's why you do the scent club that's coming. So many things out there we can do. But if you look at that thing when it comes out about the trip and you focus on doing the things that Cincy puts out there, you're going to earn a trip. But more than that, your business is going to be much further along, and most likely you will have promoted to something or 2 or 3.
The other thing, or another thing to add to what you said earlier about doing all the things, and you will be getting calls throughout the fall, people calling you to order instead of you having to follow up. If you work your business, even as a hobbyist, it's not a matter of forcing something in on yourself or whatever. It's just not selling yourself short whenever people are buying anyway and they want what you've got. But if you put it out there consistently, then you'll find that it's not just during the fall that people are calling you and you're able to hit 1,500. It's weird, slow months like May that you get 1,500 with little to no effort because you've already established yourself as a consistent somebody that they can trust and rely on. So another perk there.
Yeah, consistency is so important. There was a month in the spring where I was having a really low month, and I literally thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to reach my goal? How am I going to get any sales? Because I hadn't booked anything, but I was still showing up. Nobody knew it but me. Like nobody knew where I was at mentally or with my business except me. And because of me showing up, I got like 3 orders that month from customers that were like $150 or more. I'm like, what? Thank you, Lord. That's what I'm thinking, like, because I have been consistent in this business and I see it. We see it time and time again. People get really excited. They go full force. They're really great. And then all of a sudden they're gone. Don't do it. I see a lot of newer people on here. That's why I keep saying that. Like, don't do it. And we also have mentioned hobbyists a couple of times. And I would just dare to say, since 31 of you have pretty much stayed on here for this whole hour, you want something from this business. So I'm telling you, I would almost dare to say you guys are not the hobbyist. But I think we're careful to say that because we don't want to be too pushy either. But we also know what Cincy has done for us. There are so many leaders in this group. If you just watch them and you follow them and you listen to what people are saying, you listen to people that have been around giving ideas, you're going to find success. So if you're new and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this seems overwhelming, like, girl, you got it. Boy, you got it. Right? Mic drop. Okay, so anybody else? Okay, well, in Florida, on the 1st, remember my house is open if you want to come incentive plan. If you're not in Florida and your upline hasn't planned anything or you haven't whatever, if y'all they're not doing it, feel free to send me a message. We can set up a time to do some Zoom in together because you need a plan ASAP. Because, the other thing I want to say is try and earn it by recruiting. Every single time I set my plan up, I want to earn it by sponsoring. Sponsoring's hard, but if you're consistent in your business and you're sharing and you're excited and you're consistent, are you finding inconsistency here with what I'm saying? You're going to be able to sponsor, but if you can earn that trip without, depending on paid at title points, some of us may not even have paid at title points. But just with sponsoring, not only will you earn a trip, not only you're going to make more money over the next 6 months, because this is the big money the next 6 months is some of the best money you'll make in this business in the fall. The fall is great. But also your business is going to be, when you start here, come January, you're going to be here. And then you're going to be able to keep going because of the consistency. Amanda, were you going to say something?
Oh, I was earlier. It was about the $2,000 a month. Not only does it help your incentive trip, you get 5% bonus, and that's awesome. That's all.
It is, and I think that's when I read about that early on. That's what pushed me. I wanted to make more money. So, and that's what I have control over. I have control over what I do. I don't have control over what anybody else does, but I have control over what I do, so I can reach 2,000. Well, guys, y'all have just rocked it out for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, so I was going to say, Wednesday, if you're here, you come to my house Thursday. I know that we're doing it, and there's several other teams around. I'm not sure who all are going to that Made for More production that's supposed to be amazing by Rachel Hollis, the book Girl Wash Your Face. If you haven't listened to it, you should. And I would encourage you to listen to it because it's a really great book. Except chapter 7, don't listen to it in front of kids because she talks about some sex. So I couldn't even spell that earlier in front of my child because he can spell. So, but it's a really great book. And if you listen to it, it's just so great. But she's going to be doing a live cast and a lot of us are going. So if your group is going, I hope you guys have a good time. Other than that, we'll see you on the pages. Bye.